I'll just be the first one to say that if by any reason, by any miracle, Felix Verdejo is declared innocent in the midst of all of this ordeal, I'll be the first one to say I'm sorry. And I'll be the first one. Well, I'll apologize. But as of now, we got to work with what we got. Let's start it.
From the RawBoxingTv studios, your host, Ranger. Information may cause headaches to hates or bias casual fan. The host that gives you facts with very little feelings. From the city of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, the man who floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee, Louisville, Kentucky. It's showtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for being here. I've been trying to go live for a while, but due to the fact that I'm constantly working in and out of the house, it's been a bit difficult. I was planning on going live yesterday. The wife wasn't feeling good, so I decided to reschedule for today. Last night I was in bed, half asleep. My wife touches me with the elbows, and she asked me if I know about a boxer named Felix Verdejo. I'm like, yeah, I know Felix Verdejo. That's Ismael Salas' fighter. And then she's like, well, yeah, he just turned himself in for allegedly killing his lover, su amante. This is not the first time we see this in boxing. I'm going to try to navigate this subject in the most, or trying to be as careful as I can. For the sake of Keishla's family, for the sake of her friends, for the sake of Verdejo's family, his parents, if they're still living, I'm going to try to be as careful as I can for their sake. Not so much for Verdejo. It's not the first time this happens in boxing. If you guys remember, probably a decade back or a little longer, undefeated, killing machine, indestructible, unstoppable, Edwin Valero from Venezuela. He also cut the throat of his wife and I believe his little girl. And it's really difficult to speak on these things because it happens. It happens a lot in and out of boxing. Felix Verdejo at first was interviewed by local police in Puerto Rico. And after the local police did an interview with him, they let him go. He was free to go because, according to them, he was not a main suspect in this case. It wasn't until somebody he tried to hire to help him with this thing, or somebody he actually hired, somebody that took some part in this thing, came forward and spoke with the FBI in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Obviously, when somebody does this, they do it already locking a deal with the feds. I'm going to do this for a smaller sentence or for you to totally forgive me of what I've done. Most likely, lesser sentence. I highly doubt that they're going to let this person just walk free. This is why the feds made Verdejo the main suspect. This is why the feds called Verdejo and told him, we got a warrant out. You got an hour to show up. If you're going to turn yourself in, once an hour goes out, we're going after you. R.I.P. to Miss Keishla Rodriguez. Beautiful young lady. It doesn't matter if she was the lover. It doesn't matter if she was the concubine, whatever. The morals of this lady are not at stake here. This is not what we're talking about here. Felix Verdejo is being accused by the feds for carjacking, kidnapping, the murder of this young lady, and the murder of his own child, his own unborn child. See, in Puerto Rico, there isn't a death sentence at a local state level. There isn't one. Puerto Rico does not practice the death sentence at a state level, local level, however you want to categorize it. But there is death sentencing at a federal level. Why is this case a federal case? The minute you kidnap somebody, now it becomes federal. Carjacking, apparently in Puerto Rico, and I think here as well, is also federal. Interrupting a pregnancy in the manner in which it happens is also federal. And this is why this case quickly became a matter of federal investigation. El Diamante Verdejo. This young man, if you've noticed, if you've studied his life, if you study his career, in the past few years of his career, it's been nothing but trouble. It's been nothing but downhill. Felix Verdejo suffered his first defeat. Later on, had a motorcycle accident, or the motorcycle accident was before the defeat. He comes back. He avenges his loss. He comes back again in December against Nakatani. Nakatani gets in there. Verdejo was doing excellent. Up until Nakatani imposed his will on him. And after that, the man went down. Another blow to his career. Another blow to his life. The situation here is much serious than we all think, because here's the deal. Now we have a mother without a daughter, a father without a daughter. We have a little girl without a father. We have a mother without a son, because Felix Verdejo could potentially face the death sentence at a federal level in Puerto Rico. Now, if he is found guilty, that is exactly what's going to happen to him. If he is found guilty of this matter, he is going to get the death sentence. In which manner? I don't know. I don't know Puerto Rico at a federal level, how they practice the death sentence, whether it's firing squad, whether it's lethal injection, or whether it's the electric chair. And yes, the electric chair is still practiced on some of the states of the United States. I just couldn't tell you which ones. I think there's two states in this country that still practice the electric chair, and about 3 or 4 that still practice the firing squad. The rest is all lethal injection. What's crazy in this manner is that this is a relationship that was not a hidden relationship. His wife apparently knew about the relationship. So it ain't like your wife was going to discover that you were cheating to her. She already knew you were cheating to her. She still decided to stick around you. What's crazy about it is that you didn't even think about what you were doing to this girl. The reports are that this girl had to be identified through her dental records because her face was literally unrecognizable because she was beat up so bad. Some reports have stated that there was some sort of substance injected into her. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what to believe, whether there was a substance or not. All we know for sure, as of now, is that this girl got the beat out of her to the point that she was unrecognizable. They had to identify her through her dental records. But not only that, after he destroyed her face, allegedly, I'll say, just to make it a little more formal, after he destroys her face, allegedly, he ties some wires to her legs or feet, ties a rock, and dumps her in a lake. He was making sure this girl was not going to be found for a while. It was as if he's, for some reason, as if he got this idea from the Italian mafia or the Irish mafia or the Iceman Richard Kuklinski, who also practiced those things in some at one point. Where he went wrong is the fact that once the girl told him, hey, the pregnancy test is positive, I'm pregnant with your baby, he said, I'm on my way. The girl then contacts her mom. Mom, Verdejo's on his way to take a look at the test. The mom tells her, hey, be very careful. You know, he already threatened you. And then after that, nobody heard nothing from that girl. When you connect the dots, ladies and gentlemen, it does not take a scientist to draw a conclusion. I will get to the comments in a minute. I want to appreciate if you're here. Remind you to hit the thumbs up, grab the link to this video, drop it in your social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter. You never know who might be interested in this content. I feel bad for Verdejo's mother or father. I feel bad for his little girl, as she's going to have to grow up without a father. I feel bad for Miss Keishla's parents and sister. When we do things like this, we don't realize that, it might affect us tremendously, but the ones that suffer at the most are the parents. Our parents suffer at the most. Our parents suffer at the most. Here in a little bit, I'm going to try to contact the FBI in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and see if I can actually get in touch with the agents, since agents are not lawyers. Agents don't really need to keep it secret. I'm going to see if there's anything that they can share with us here live. I'm going to put the call through the system. You guys will be able to hear everything. I'm not promising you anything, but I am going to try here. I spoke with I sent a message to his trainer. He's speechless. And no, I'm not going to bring him here to talk about the situation. You guys know that we're cool. But I'm not going to bring him here just to, let me get some shine on this. Let me get some popularity. I don't even care if this live stream gets 50 people. I don't care. It's not the point. See, I really wanted to make my live stream today about something different. I wanted to make my live stream today about the past fights that were excellent. We might even dig into it a little bit more if we stick around for more. But then when you see these kinds of things, it makes you wonder how sick this world is. The fact that a man whose hands are considered lethal by the state is willing to do that to a female. If you're a feminist, spare me the rhetoric. You know, biology destroys your whole stuff. What I'm trying to say here, that a man is automatically stronger than a woman at a pound per pound level. And then when you add the fact that this man is a trained professional boxer, it makes it even worse. It makes it even worse. I hate to hear things like this because Me as a child, I suffered trauma, psychological trauma, because I witnessed my father beat the hell out of my mom time after time after time again, to the point that I was 4 or 5 years old and I still could not speak because of the trauma that I received. I had to go through speech therapists for 2 or 3 years. In Spanish, they're called logopedas, right? And so ever since that, I just hate the fact that a man will lay his hand on a woman. I could easily tell you, looking at the camera and as honest as I can possibly be, that if I was to ever find another man putting his hands on my mom, I wouldn't beat him up. I would probably kill him. If I was to ever find a man putting his hands on my daughter, forget all this. Oh, well, that's her marriage. No. I would probably take pleasure on stripping his trachea with my bare fingers. That's how much I hate a man putting his hands on a female. Now, let's put things in perspective here. You treat me like a female, and you will be treated as a female. You start hitting me like if you would, I might let you get a few strikes, and I'll give you a few warnings. But once my cup is full, I'll let you have a 1-2, boom, boom, night. But from there to abuse a female, from there to instigate and initiate an attack on a female, I think it's pretty messed up. I thought it was beautiful. I saw clips of the town of Puerto Rico just come out, hit the streets. The mayor of Puerto Rico come out of San Juan came out, hitting the streets in support of this family. But the mother of Keishla said something very interesting. And I will play the video, but I know a lot of you guys do not speak Spanish. So, I don't want to go through the whole translating thing right now. But she said something that's very interesting. And she said, do not forget about his wife, Verdejo's wife, that is. Now, mind you, this might just be a hurt mother talking, and it is. Because as of now, the FBI is only interested on Verdejo and the guy that came forward. And again, for those of you that had just came in, Verdejo initially, at a local level, was not the main suspect after being interviewed by the police. But Verdejo apparently allegedly hired somebody to help him on this. And that person came forward to the FBI, cutting a deal, right? And he said, listen, I'm partially involved in this. I just seen that this man was not declared main suspect. Well, he is. I'm willing to speak in exchange for whatever. Whatever that is, we might find out once I call the FBI. I will call them in the next few minutes and see if I can get somebody to talk to me from the San Juan, Puerto Rico's FBI office. I'm hoping that the agent is willing, or anybody, is at least a simple detail. Let's give it a try, shall we? This person comes forward, cuts a deal with the FBI. And he said, I'll speak. I'll talk. I'll get to the comments, people. Let's see.
Reach the San Juan office of the FBI. This call may be recorded for law enforcement purposes. Para español, oprima el número 1. If you're calling to report a kidnapping or a bank robbery, press 0 now. If this is an emergency, please hang up and press 911. If you're calling to make... Esta llamada puede ser grabada para uso oficial de la agencia. Si está llamando para reportar un secuestro o robo de banco, oprima el número 0. Si es una emergencia, termine esa llamada y marque 911. Si está llamando para hacer una querella de un crimen federal, oprima el número 3. Si conoce el número de extensión, lo puede marcar en cualquier momento siguiendo por el signo de libra. Si está llamando para reportar un crimen relacionado con el Internet, visite www.ic3.gov para hacer una querella. Si está llamando por robo de identidad, oprima el número 5. Para información de empleo, visite www.fbijobs.gov. Para el Departamento de Recursos Humanos, oprima el número 6.
FBI, good afternoon.
Yes, good morning. How's it going? My name is Ranger. I'm with a boxing media, RawBoxingTv, and I was wondering if I can have a conversation with the agent in charge of Felix Verdejo's investigation, if it was possible. I don't know the agent's name.
Let me verify 1 moment, please.
All right.
Hello?
Yes.
Sir, you said you were from where?
I work for RawBoxingTV, is an independent boxing media out of the United States, located in Louisville, Kentucky. And we're just trying to cover this whole news of the boxer Felix Verdejo. And I was wondering if I can just speak with the agent in charge of it and see if there's anything that he can publicly share with us. I know that there's some things that
And
might. Go ahead.
And your name, sir?
My name is Ranger.
Ranger.
Matos, Matos. Y si habla español, también puedo hablar español.
Sí. Okay. Robo, ¿cómo se llama la TV? Robo TV.
RawBoxingTV, RAW. Boxing TV.
Boxing. Ok. Y déjeme verificar, no se retire, por favor.
Uh-huh. Be patient with me, guys. I'd rather have it from the source. I always strive to be completely honest, and I guess this is the best way to do it. For those that are coming in, I'm on the phone. I'm waiting right now for the FBI to confirm whether I can have an interview with the agent in charge of this investigation or not. Just hang on tight. I don't want to continue on the subject until they actually tell me whether they can give me the interview or not. I apologize for the time, for being on hold, but right now I'm just waiting to see if the agent is willing to speak with us. I do agree with the shoe shine. If Verdejo's wife had anything to do with orchestrating this whole ordeal, I believe the FBI should go after her as well. But again, there's one person that's going to be affected the most, and that's that little girl. I hope they're not trying to look for a website because I don't have a website. So we'll see. Patience, my people. For those of you that are just now coming in, I'm actually on hold right now. I'm in contact with the FBI office of San Juan, Puerto Rico, trying to get an interview with the agent involved in this investigation, see what are the things that he can publicly share with us, and if he's willing to speak with us. As of now, all we can do is hope. So just hang tight. Let's be patient. We'll go ahead and continue on this. And if they come back on the line, then.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi. You have to send a request via email. Do you have a paper so I can give you the name of the person?
Yeah, give me a second. Okay.
It will be, the email will be L Cruz, CRUZ, as in zero,
Mm-hmm.
dash Rubio, RUBIO.
Rubio.
Uh-huh.
So lcruz.rubio.
L Cruz, Rubio.
Guión.
Sí, la rayita del medio.
Okay.
L Cruz, Rubio,
Uh-huh.
at FBI.gov.
At FBI.gov. Gov. Is he there? Will he be expecting the email right now?
Well, I talked to the person, and that was I called him, and that's the instruction they gave me to send it via email the request.
Sounds good. I'll send him an email. Hopefully, I can get him today. If not, I'll get him some other time. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye bye. There you have it, guys. I tried, but I am going to send the email. And if I can schedule an interview with this agent, I will do a live stream. And I might request to have him actually live here on the channel, and hopefully we can sort through this thing. But Puerto Rico right now, San Juan, Puerto Rico right now, is going through the loss of this girl. I would imagine it's a very tight community. I would imagine because it's a small island, they might have small state or provinces or municipios, municipal areas. I don't know how they categorize it in Puerto Rico, but I would imagine that, that it's a very small, tight community. For what I saw in the video, everybody was taken to the streets, actually in support of this girl. Man, I'm going to drop the link here for a few minutes. Allow whoever wants to come in and share your thoughts on this. And I'm just speechless, to be honest with you. I am in the same manner as Salas is, speechless. I truly am speechless. I'm trying my best. But if Verdejo is found guilty, ladies and gentlemen, Verdejo will be put to death. It might be immediately. He might waive all of his rights to appeals. Or we might see Verdejo locked up for up to 20 years. Federally, he's got up to 20 years to exercise. Once you exercise all of your appeals, it might take 20 years for them to say yes or no. And we'll see what happens. Guido, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
Oh man, this is a sad day, brother.
It's crazy, isn't it? Mike from Boston in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you for being here.
Muy triste hoy, man, la verdad, man.
Major Key Boxing in the building. Man. What's up, my brother? Talk to me. I know that this is close to home for you, bro. Talk to me.
Let my man Guido talk first, bro, because Guido got pictures with him, bro. I know he's feeling it the same way that I am. Yo, if nobody knows, me and Guido met on Punch's chat before he even did live streams talking about Verdejo, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how me and Guido started connecting, like, yo, Verdejo, this and that. Yo, you know what I'm saying? He's coming back, this and that. So, yo, it touches home, definitely. It definitely touches home, man.
Yeah, for sure. Talk to me, Guido. Your thoughts on this?
I'm really embarrassed more than anything. I feel betrayed, bro. I feel like really hurt right now. You know what I mean? I never expected from him, because I met Felix Verdejo. You know what I mean? I would never expected anything from him, like just do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My words I can't really describe this, man, for real, bro. Es just una vergüenza, la verdad.
Una vergüenza.
I mean, I don't know what to say, bro, you know?
Yeah.
I just can't believe it, you know?
Yeah.
Especially that he was always down to earth, you know? Humble guy, you know what I mean? Likeable dude, you know what I'm saying? I just can't believe it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would do some vicious. How he killed a woman like that, man, you know?
Correct.
La verdad, bro, está cabrón, la verdad.
Listen, man, where I feel about this, man, it's like, look, man, I've been pushing this guy for I don't even know how fucking long, man. I seen him on the undercard of Cotto versus the Dominican dude, I think it was Elvin Rodriguez, okay? 2013, 2012, something like that. Went to the fight at the Amway Center in Orlando. And that's the first time I even ever heard of him. I didn't even know Olympian and nothing like that. He was just starting his pro career. But yo, the crowd went wild. Like he was like the little superstar from Puerto Rico. He's supposed to be like the next Trinidad, things like that. You know what I mean? And I followed his career, seeing when he messed up, lack of discipline, motorcycle accident, always getting involved with the wrong groups in Puerto Rico. I was feeling the fact that he moved to Las Vegas and started training the Salas, thinking, you know what, this guy's really trying to change his career. Oh shit, he wants to fight Nakatani. He's really trying to make a statement here. This and this and that. I was backing him up 1,000%, man. And then to hear this shit, bro, like I gotta completely shit on him now, bro, because you just broke the code of the streets, dog. Like you can't, no women, no children, man, no women, no children, and not like at the same time. And then you had an 11-year relationship with this woman, and you're gonna murder her because she's giving you something that's worth more than money, a human life. She's offering you a human life, and you're the one that engaged in that situation. So now you want to kill her, like if she's the only one responsible. That's bullshit, bro. That's a fucking piece of shit right there, bro. That's a piece of shit. And I feel sad because real recognize real. And I can't believe that I believed that little smile and grin and thought that he was like a little good kid. You know what I'm saying? I feel ashamed of myself for even supporting that motherfucker, bro.
I feel disgusting, brother. I'm the same way. I feel so disgusting. My stomach, I can't even think no more, brother, about this shit. That's how bad it is. Like I can't even. It's ridiculous. But let me tell you something, man. Puerto Rico, man, is very vicious, man. Some people, they got some killers in the island. They want him. They got a hit on him already. You know what I mean?
Of course. I mean, here's the deal. When I've watched a lot of interviews about a lot of serial killers and a lot of things like that. Me and my wife, we love watching things like that. We watch the First 48 and all them shows. It's just we watch it. And I take you back to, for example, the Iceman, Richard Kuklinski, one of the most notorious killers that ever existed in the history of New Jersey and New York area. And what this man said is, the one thing I never killed was a child and a woman. I could never touch a child or a woman. Never. Move forward, Jeffrey Dahmer, another serial killer. Never touched a child. Never touched a woman. Now we're talking streets. This guy's might have lived double life, but this guy's didn't need no hat, no rap music, no this and that to say, hey, yo, I'm from the street. No, this people were putting the streets to the test. These people were actually killing people, racking at bodies. But the one thing they never touched was a child and a female.
Thanks, man.
Right?
That's the street.
So we got this dude. We got this dude. Go ahead.
I was going to say, well, even the biggest fucking gangster movie of all time, Scarface.
Facts.
No women, no children, bro.
Never.
No women, no children.
Never.
You don't do that, bro. That's fucking dumb. And I got five. I got five. Well, I got 4 daughters, 5 boys, but I got 4 daughters, right? And then my niece that I raised since she was born. You know what I'm saying? Her father was never in the picture. Then I was raised by none but women, bro. I understand, bro. Like women can be annoying, but you got to deal with women. You know what I'm saying? You a man. You a different breed. You're supposed to be the leader. You're not supposed to fall victim to this shit, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. And then that quickly, early in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, you're dumping a body, bro?
Correct.
What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That's stupid as fuck.
And that's the whole thing about this. Is like he can't really come up with the story of like, oh man, it just happened and no, man, everything he did looks like he planned it and he then executed it, right? He planned it and then executed it.
But if sabes que, Ranger, and there's rumors in the streets that they're saying that Felix's wife, her father's a drug lord. So
I've heard this thing. I've heard the same thing, but as of now, remember one thing, because earlier, except when I started the live, I noticed that they had erased the comments. But earlier, there was some people actually thinking that Verdejo was innocent. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, look, the FBI didn't go after Verdejo just because he was dating this chick. The FBI, let me remind you guys, and this is why I want the FBI agent here. I'm going to request, as a matter of fact, I'm actually in process here as I speak. While you guys speak, I go back to writing the email. I'm requesting an email with the agent in charge. I got his email right now. For those of you that are just coming in, I was on the phone with the FBI. I got his email. I'm requesting the email for an interview with this guy. I'm hoping to have him here live. But for those of you that think that there might be a chance this man is innocent, allow me to remind you that the reason he is under federal custody is because he had apparently hired somebody to do this with him, and that person came forward. That person came forward. Rap star in the building. What's going on, my brother? Oh, he fell through. Okay. Verdejo first was interviewed by the local police in San Juan, Puerto Rico, or one of the surrounding areas of San Juan, Puerto Rico, right? They found him not to be the main suspect. They found him like, yeah, you're not the main suspect. Correct, right? G Funky in the building. What's up, my brother? They found him not to be. It was until this other guy came forward. He placed a call to the FBI, and he said, yo, listen, I think this guy ain't dumb. I mean, this guy must have figured something out. He said, okay, you know what? They're going to figure out that we done it. So I better come clean now and cut myself a little deal. And that's exactly what it did. The reason the FBI has this man is because he's PIC, partner in crime, actually came forward and said, look, he done it, but I need a deal. Somebody's got some reverb. Whoever's I think it's you, Rapstar.
That must be me. My boy just called me, man. He fucked up the whole thing for me, man. Let me exit and come back in.
All right. So, Rapstar, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
What's happening, my brethren? How you doing, raw boxing? How you feeling?
Man, I'm not feeling too good. I got to be real with you. I mean, I'm dealing with this whole Verdejo situation, and it's something that I hate to hear. I spoke with his trainer. His trainer's speechless. I try to get an interview here live on right now with the FBI in San Juan, Puerto Rico. They gave me the main agent's email. I'm sending him an email to try to get him live here. I'm not comfortable. I hate every time I hear a man putting himself, his hands on a woman, especially killing her, and then killing a woman that was pregnant with his baby. Now, for all of those,
I got an important question for Raw, because I know Rapstar's going to cook, man. But my phone's about to die, so I'm gonna try to hang in and be quiet. But I do have an important question, because Guido can vouch that I brought this in a conversation earlier today. One of the questions that you should ask him.
You froze me.
I know what he was gonna say. But I want him to say it.
You froze me, brother. His phone probably died. That's what it is. Yep, that's what it is. His phone died.
I just think raw boxing is a very disturbed situation, and it's very.
Hold on, he's back.
Let's get Major Key Ricky before his phone dies.
I'm sorry, man. It's that people keep calling me. My battery's low, so it keeps dropping every time somebody calls me or texts me. Listen, I apologize, but quick thing to think about. I was talking to Guido about this earlier, man. And so if you talk to the FBI agent, I want to find out what type of training his wife had, because people keep talking about the syringe, right? The syringe. How can he get into the vein and things like that? But, you know, a lot of females from like in Latin and Haitian communities always want to be like medical assistants, stuff like that. I want to know if she had any training with getting a syringe inside of a fucking vein, straight up. Because nobody's asked that question, and that might throw them in a certain area to make sure that she gets held accountable. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna ask that. I'm actually writing it down in a second.
Yeah, man. Does she have any kind of training for putting syringes in veins? You know
matter of fact, guys, let's do this. For all of those of you that have a Twitter account, follow me on Twitter and write your question, whatever questions you would like for me to ask this agent, and tag me in it. And I'll make sure that I'll ask your question when we do get the interview. If we get the interview, I'm hoping we get the interview. So, guys, you guys are witness. I'm trying to do this as honest as possible. I don't want to sit here and pretend I know.
The work, bro. We appreciate the work, brother. Don't worry. We appreciate what you're doing for us.
Yeah, man.
For those of you that are just now coming in, welcome. We've been trying to huddle this whole situation. If you want to get caught up and get into context of the whole live stream, go back, restart it. And we tried to get a live interview earlier from the FBI. Couldn't happen. They did give me his contact. I'm actually going to send him an email. But Rob Star, Cook, talk to me, brother. Sorry for the interruption.
Hey, man. Yeah, no, it's very difficult. Us being media channels, we have to cover even the bad news and the good news. You know what I mean? So this kind of affects the boxing world. We have to cover it. You know, at the end of the day, it's a disturbing situation. We understand it's a disturbing situation, and it's not going to be, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody wants to talk about these situations. You get what I mean? And
correct.
I did the show yesterday, and I saw a lot of people yesterday. They just felt a little bit uncomfortable with the situation. Now, we have to remember, it's not just a woman. There's an unborn child in the situation, and just a horrific way of killing the woman ain't no joke. This is a real serious overkilling somebody. You know, you're talking about like what cartels do to people. You know what I mean? We're talking about what real people, like when they want to get you, they want to kill you. I mean, they really made sure they killed her, didn't they? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And being Felix Verdejo, a boxer that we represent in the sport, it kind of lets us down, bro. It makes the sport, it makes the people in the sport look weak. And these boxers, they're not mentally strong. They might be physically strong, but I don't fucking think they're mentally strong. You know, they're human beings at the end of the day. Emotionals and emotions, some men can't take emotions. But this has gone too far. You cannot say that Felix Verdejo was in his mental, he was mentally gone. If there's something like that he's doing, then you know Felix Verdejo was mentally disturbed. And, you know, it seems to me that there's a lot going on that we're going to find out. And then we're going to probably be able to assess what really has happened. But also, if I'm not mistaken, there was somebody who helped kill this woman. There's somebody who actually helped him kill this woman, right? So he's the person who's turned as an informant against Felix Verdejo. So I just think it's too disturbing. And raw boxing, this is a situation where it's very hard to be, it's a very serious topic, bro. And I'm not going to lie to you. It just feels like we got to mentally assess these boxers. I think some of these boxers need to be checked on a regular basis. You might be physically strong, but are you mentally strong? That's the next thing that I need to talk to you about. Do these boxers need mental assessment just after the Ryan Garcia? You've seen what's going on.
Let me tell you something, and you have no idea how much I appreciate the fact that you brought that up. Now, mind you, people, I'm not about to make no excuses for no damn Felix Verdejo here. I'm not about to make no excuses for nobody that's committed a heinous crime in this manner. I'm simply going to touch on the fact that has affected a lot of boxers, that has affected a lot of people outside of boxing. And I appreciate the fact that Rap Star brought it up. Let me read these comments real quick. Raw, it reminds me of Chris Benoit. Oh my goodness, don't remind me of that, brother. That's one of the saddest cases. That's one of the saddest cases. When I heard about this, I thought of Edwin Valero. How many of you remember what Edwin Valero did?
Yeah. The same
I was
thing.
the first one to say that yesterday. I remembered Edwin Valero straight away. Yeah.
Yes. Jonathan, I read, what's going on, man? Let's see. Good to see you, brother. The whole situation is so unfortunate. I remember my uncle telling me to look out for a fighter, Verdejo. Been following the man since. This is real life. Crazy, man. It truly is. Listen, guys, I'm not gonna go too deep into my private life, but I've already shared with you guys the mental trauma that domestic violence brought upon me as a kid, right? As we speak, I have a cousin sitting behind bars awaiting sentencing, facing the death penalty for slitting the throat as well of his wife 2 years ago. A beautiful human being. My cousin showed up to their house. His 14-year-old daughter was there. His 12-year-old son was there. He took her out. put her in a car, and slit her throat. A beautiful human being. A girl that put up with all kinds of SHIT. A girl that put up with all kinds of crap. A girl that was the man and the female of the house. All because some punk, some prick, some coward, my cousin, decided that he wanted something and he couldn't get it. Therefore, I'm cutting your throat regardless whether my kids miss you or not. Now he's rotting in prison, potentially going to be put to death. That's my cousin we're talking about. Now we got two little kids being raised by a grandpa without a mother and without a father. And to make matters worse, the last time my cousin went to court, his daughter was there. His older daughter was there. And instead of even showing a bit of remorse, a bit of being sorry for the situation, for the sake of his own daughter, he was smirking and laughing the entire time that the judge and the prosecutor were mentioning the heinous crime that he committed. He was instigating a certain behavior from his own daughter and everybody else in there. So forgive me if I have no sympathy and no empathy for people that do these kinds of things. Because I'm not talking about Edwin Valero now. I'm not talking about Felix Verdejo. I'm talking about somebody in my own family. Somebody that when he arrived from Cuba as a 20-year-old boy, and I was a little kid, we let him stay in my house for 6 months. We grew up together. Somebody who really and truly, once it happened, nobody in the family could believe that he done it, because he was always, as people describe Verdejo, the nice kid, the very familiar kid, very respectful towards family. Bendición, tío, bendición, tía. ¿Cómo está? Dios lo bendiga. And all
those
of
are the
sudden,
dangerous one. Not to cut you off, brother, but those are the dangerous one.
Listen, my guys, and this is going to come from a Christian. I'm a Christian. I love Christ. Some of the people that put Christ in their mouth use Christ as a disguise. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Wolves in sheep's clothing. So, if you ask me, I think the justice system should do whatever they see fit with Verdejo. I only feel sorry for the lady's mother and parents. I feel sorry for Verdejo's little girl. I feel sorry for Verdejo's parents if they're living, because those are the ones that are actually right now suffering the consequences the most. Not so much the little girl, because she's too young to even comprehend what's going on. But can you imagine when that girl grows up and they tell her, you know, your dad used to be this famous boxer that for 11 years he had 2 relationships, and one day he got the lover pregnant, and because he wanted her to have an abortion and she didn't, he went over there and killed her, tied her to a rock and dumped her in a lake? Can you believe what's going to happen psychologically to this girl?
Un puerco ese tipo, diablo.
So, going back to the mental health situation, look. Erislandi, hola hierro. Going back to the mental health situation. Dave, what's going on, my man? Sorry,
my man.
How long you been there, man? I was in the groove and I didn't even see you there, man. I'm so sorry if I kept you waiting for long.
Nah, it's all good. I'm not going to disturb your train of thought, man.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Before I what? Give me your thoughts on this, man.
Thank you for tackling this issue head on. Like, I was really just got home and was like, damn, I got a show prep because I want to do my thing too. But a lot of people didn't want to tackle this issue. Not even on Saturday when we were all feasting on the fight. I was reading the breaking news coming through and the reports from Puerto Rico, and it was mind-boggling, right? But it's a tragic story, and I'm glad you're tackling it head on and went ahead and called the FBI, because it's not going to go away, right? And if you even you have to stand up and speak against violence against women and violence against children. You have to. If you don't, it looks like you're giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. And a lot of people waited to me, I was very uncomfortable with how much people gave Verdejo the benefit of the doubt when the evidence was coming in overwhelmingly that he had something to do with it. And then on Sunday, you find out he's at the scene of the crime and participated and shot her with his own pistol.
Correct.
Listen, I'm from the Bay Area, and Puerto Rico is going to be rocked by this scandal because we had the Lacey Peterson and Scott Peterson case where this guy had his lover, and it made national media attention. It went on to be movies on Lifetime Network. This is a case that's going to rivet probably the entire sports world. So we have to tackle this. And the core issues is violence against women, violence against children. I'm glad you guys are bringing up mental health because this past month with the Ryan Garcia coming forward and now Ammo Williams talking about his mental health, it's not an excuse and it will never be an excuse. But just to point out what happened to Aaron Hernandez, some people think that you can do a CTE scan now, but you can't. They had to wait until he killed himself. You can only do that scan after someone is post-mortem. And it revealed that at 27 years old, Aaron Hernandez had the most extreme case, one of the most extreme cases they had ever seen. The guy had no ability to make proper judgment. I don't know. I'm not wishing death on anybody, but if Verdejo ends up killing himself in prison, he'll be doing everyone a favor and the science community a favor as well. That's all I got to say, man. Thank you so much, Ra, for bringing this subject, and hopefully I can get you guys on my show much later tonight, man. Love you guys. Take care, man.
Take care, my man. Take care. Thank you for being here. G Funky in the building. What's going on, my brother? Everybody go and check the Shoe Shine Boxing out. Dave, who was just here, Dave from the 408, is one of the co-hosts of that channel. They have a show every Monday, I believe 10 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time. So just make sure you give them a chance, check their content out. If you like them, stay subscribed, activate the notification bell as well. Check all of these people here in my chat: Major Key Boxing, Rap Stock, Guido, and G Funky, who's also one of the co-hosts of HCP. What's up, G? What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Raw? What's going on, everybody here, man? Shout out to
What's
Dave
going on,
from
G
408.
Funky? What's up?
Shout out, G Funky. What's up?
Yeah, man. I just want to jump on real quick, man, and talk about something, man. The reaction that I'm seeing from some people on social media, mainly Twitter, have been some of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen, man. And I put out a tweet as soon as I started hearing about the news with Verdejo. I said, look, any of you guys trying to use this to get attention, I'm just gonna flat out block you, right? So I get on today, and more I keep seeing things like, well, this is not even getting any coverage. You know, this is Tank. If this was Floyd, if this was Broner, like, first off, like, these guys, the first thing they're not even doing is acknowledging the fact that a woman and an unborn child were murdered. They're not even acknowledging that. They're not even saying, like, you know what? Rest in peace to that young lady and to that child. And, you know, I hope and pray the best for that family. No, none of that. Let's just roll with the narrative, right? You know, like, this is just some sick stuff, man, from these guys. And this is the kind of toxic crap that comes from these channels that we've been killing these narratives on, man. This is what they do. This is what they create, man. Garbage. And garbage people. You know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable. I did see some stuff like that on Facebook too. People was laughing about Felix Verdejo. I mean, this is nothing to laugh about. This is serious stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is sick, man. And I want to say this. This situation here, man, I let it unfold, just like I let just about everything else unfold. You know, I want to get more information before I say something about it. But the more and more information that comes in, the more and more it's like, you know what? He most likely had something to do with this, you know? But this situation definitely hits home with me, man. I came from a home with domestic violence. Not only that, I'll do one even better, man. And I'm not trying to make this a competition, but I just want to say that you know, when I see stories like this, man, it does make me a little emotional because I've witnessed something very similar to this. My mom's cousin, who she chose to be my godmother when I was baptized as a young man, she stayed with us when I was just a little kid during the 80s, early 90s. And to make a long story short, she met a man, started dating this man. Didn't know this man was married. Had no idea he was married. So months go by, you know, she ends up becoming pregnant by this man. So instead of being a man about it and coming clean to his wife about what he did on the side, he decided to do just exactly what Verdejo did. He paid some fucking drug addict, excuse my language, we paid some drug addict to go and attack her, stabbed her multiple times in the stomach just to get rid of that child. And she suffered bad injuries. She was in the hospital for weeks after that. Couldn't walk for a little bit because of the attacks. And it was just, man, when I read the story, I just automatically thought about that in my head. I'm like, wow. And then to have people go on the internet and not give a damn about the family, but to make it about some bullshit narrative about how if this was a black fighter, they would be all over it. Yet, how the hell do you even know about it? Because the media's talking about it, you dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to act like they're not. That's the only reason why you know about it.
Correct.
This is sick stuff, man, from these people, man. And
Correct.
it's just, oh my God, it really.
Everything is racism nowadays. Everything is all about racism, which is it's nothing to do with racism at this time. It's just unbelievable. It's unfucking believable, man. You know.
Now let me get all of those people that. Internet is kind of failing me, I guess. I don't know. Let me get them caught up. We've been talking about this subject now for about an hour. I was earlier on the phone with the FBI in Puerto Rico, requesting an interview with the agent in charge of this case. They gave me his email. He was expecting the email. Now I don't know if he's gonna reply to me tonight, today, whenever. If the agent gets back with me, I'm going to try to schedule a live stream with him, right? So that he can share with us whatever he can share. But my whole objective here is to bring you guys the information straight up from the source, because I know there's a lot of rumors around. So I'm bringing you what we have as evidence given to us by the medias, but I also would like to have the actual agent here. And I will also bring up some of the questions. I was saying earlier, if you have a Twitter, make sure to go follow me at RawBoxingTV on Twitter, and you can post whatever question you want me to ask the agent right there and just tag me in it. And I will make sure that you get your question asked. Or if the agent agrees to come in live in the way that these guys are right now, that what I'll probably do is do the same thing that I did with Frank Sanchez, is I will allow each and every one of you to come in and post your questions to the agent. On the meantime, guys, listen. Rapstar brought up something very, very important here, and it's mental health. Something that is not new, but something that is more recognizable in the area in the era in which we're living. Because I'm pretty sure humanity has been dealing with mental health since its existence. That's no question about it.
Yeah, but Raw,
remember Valero?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rap, and I'll get my
we want to make sure we make this fucking clear. It might be mental health. We understand these men can't deal with emotions, but there's no motherfucking excuse. If you have it my way, hey, listen. If you have it my way, I don't give a fuck if he's mentally ill or he's not mentally well. I fucking want to execute the motherfuckers. You know?
Correct.
I ain't got no remorse for motherfuckers like this. But Raw, we got to remember this. We got to remember this. If a man's going to give up on his own daughter before he kills another woman, and he's gonna give up on his own, everything he loves is the other kid he has. And if he doesn't give a fuck about his own child while he's killing this other woman, then that tells me that this man is mentally fucked, because he didn't think about child that he's leaving behind, that he loves. So how can a man do that, Raw Boxing? How can you leave your other child behind while you're killing another woman? Think about that. Just think about what I said. That shows me that that man is mentally sick. You understand?
Correct.
He's not a man. He's not a real man at the end of the day.
I want to send a shout out real quick to my man Tony Boswell, man. I'm sorry, I've been busy here. I really appreciate your support, man, and I'm glad that you're here. Guys, for those of you that want to jump in, the link is in the chat. Let me drop it again in case one of you guys want to come in.
I want to say this too.
Okay, go ahead.
How much of a coward is that, Guido? That's a coward. That's such a fucking coward.
Coward, and what he did was evil. What he did was pure evil. How can you? Like I'm just saying, how can you? It's just the way he killed the girl. You know what I mean? It was brutal, bro. How you do all that? You know what I mean?
When you embark
I just understand. I don't buy the mental health bullshit. I'm not gonna buy the mental health bullshit for real. Because you know what the hell you're doing. You know what I mean?
I'm with you, Guido.
Yeah, well,
I'm with you on that.
But you know what? No, I'm with you as well.
You know what? That mental health. Y'all hear me? What I was trying to say, the mental health, I don't buy that bullshit.
No, I'm with you on that. But even if it was mental health, it still does not excuse his action. There's no way that this excuses his actions, because it was also premeditated. It was also planned. These are all of these things that the prosecution is going to use against him. Remember, guys, let me rephrase this again. This man is in the FBI hands after not being considered a prime suspect by local police. He's in the FBI hands because somebody who he had hired came forward to the FBI after not being considered a prime suspect by local police.
There's an echo in the back. There's an echo.
Let's go mute for those of you that are not talking. Let's go mute for the FBI after not being considered a prime suspect by local police. Major Key, go to mute.
I think that's Major Key, brother. Mute yourself, brother.
That's me. My bad.
Go on mute.
That was me. That was my bad.
No problem. This man who he had hired, after seeing on the news that the local police, was not considering Verdejo a prime suspect, the main suspect in the case, he must have figured eventually we're going to get caught and I'm going to get the needle just like him. So I might as well cut myself a deal. And that's exactly what he did. He came forward. He called the FBI. I'm pretty sure that he cut himself a deal, right? And now this is why Verdejo is now in federal custody. Now, the death penalty is not practiced in Puerto Rico at a state level, but it is practiced at a federal level. Why is this case a federal case? Because carjacking, interrupting a pregnancy via murder, and kidnapping becomes a federal felony. So now the feds have a jurisdiction in this case. Now the feds can intervene, and if the feds find him guilty, he will get the needle. Now, again, I don't know. I know I got Major Key. He's Puerto Rican here. I don't know if Puerto Rico practiced the death penalty at a federal level via this firing squad, the needle, or the electric chair. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. What I can say, I don't know too much about it, but I've been educated by a couple people, especially in the last couple days. So Puerto Rico itself does not have a death penalty. However, because it's a federal case, it's a different story because now it's federal. And but here's the thing that I think that some people forget that the whole United States is not federal, like a death penalty. It doesn't matter if it's federal or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing people have to remind themselves of as well. You know, people are jumping the gun and saying, oh, because it's federal, that means it's a death penalty. No, that there's certain states that won't allow it, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a tricky situation, nevertheless. But I'm not gonna act like I'm the most educated person on that. All I know is that Puerto Rico does not usually use the death penalty. They did away with that, and now it's a federal case. And some people are saying because of that, it could potentially lead to, depending on what state they hold the trial in, to a death penalty because it can come over here. However, a lot of people are saying that then they have to extradite him back over there. But at the end of the day, Puerto Rico is a Commonwealth. So it's not about extraditing and doing this. It's still part of the United States. It's not a state, but it's a Commonwealth. Yep. So you know what I mean? So there's a lot of tricky parts to this.
It's a Commonwealth. It's not a state. However, at a federal level, it's all the same. The FBI is the same FBI in Puerto Rico than it is at any of the lower 48s. The crime was committed in the island. So now he's going to be extradited.
But keep in mind, though, what I say why it's tricky for myself, right? For myself. I know that it should be tricky for everybody because it's a tricky situation because of the fact that it's a Commonwealth. Because really a Commonwealth, they govern themselves. They liberated themselves. They govern themselves. However, you know what I'm saying? They use the United States for protection and trade, right?
Correct.
And that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? As far as they don't even get Puerto Rico cannot vote. Did you know that for the president? Yeah. They can vote for themselves, but they can't vote for the president.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay? So it's one of these things that, you know, like you gotta. There's a lot of little nuances.
Bunch of variables and shit. Yeah.
There's a bunch of variables I made you keep it up, but I can't tell you this. The presence of the federal government in Puerto Rico, such as the FBI, such as any of the federal branches, ATF, they hold the same jurisdiction, same powers that they do here in the lower 48s. For example, in Puerto Rico, I can say for certain that carjacking, interrupting a pregnancy by the way of murder, kidnapping is a federal felony offense. Now, one by itself may not give you the needle. What might give this young man the needle is all three of those combined. All three of those offenses combined, all in a single case. Now, it's very important for people to put this in perspective. At this point, we don't give a damn that Verdejo was El Diamante Verdejo, the boxer. All that is past history, to be honest with you. That is past history. And I also don't want to hear nobody in the chat talking about, well, she was pregnant and a fetus is not alive. Look, I don't say curse words, but you come in here with that bull crap and I'll throw one at you because I'll just give you biology. I can leave faith. Give me a second, Guido. I can leave faith aside. I can leave theism aside. I can just give you science and biology, and that itself would destroy your whole fetus is not a baby type of nonsense.
Right. Facts.
Aside from that, nobody has the right to take the life of a woman just because she doesn't want to have an abortion. Nobody has the right to do that. Nobody has the right to lay their hands on a woman in the way that this crime took. Nobody.
I'm glad you said that at the end because I was feeling you for what you said, but then the woman does have the right over her body. But for a man, you know what I'm saying, with that body, it shouldn't happen like that, bro. Like I don't give a fuck whether it's a day old. If you just fucked the last night, you feel like you dropped the seed or whatever, or
here's the deal,
or 3 months or 5 months, it doesn't matter to me. That's wrong on the man's behalf. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these are betas though, man. When you do something like that, man, it's a beta, man. And I thought Verdejo was an alpha, bro. And I'm sorely mistaken, bro. I'll be the first one to tell you right now, bro. I was sorely mistaken because that's beta shit right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe that I was promoting this guy, man. I cannot believe I was promoting this guy, bro.
Major, if I could just say something to you real quick, brother. You know, I seen a lot of people because there's a big boxing community on Twitter as well, and I seen a lot of people posting old tweets where they were praising Verdejo, saying he's a good guy, he's a good boxer. Now they're like, "Oh man, I should have never said." But you know what? At the end of the day, there was no way anybody could have predicted that this would happen, man. So don't be too hard on yourself, man, for that. It's just one of those things, brother. You know,
it's one of those things where I have to honestly denounce it to everybody. I have to honestly say, yes, I was one of those people that would have never guessed this, but I was somebody that was highly promoting him, way than the average person. I got a couple of texts just a few minutes ago, bro. I got a couple of texts from H Money telling me, bro, sorry to hear that. I'm like, man, fuck that dude. And he's like, I know, but you're the first one that told me about that. You know what I'm saying, man? I know you probably going, I'm not going through a process. It's not me. I'm not the one that did it. You know what I'm saying?
But
correct.
I feel where he's coming from. He's just trying to say, you know, you're the first person that told me about that. So I know that you was out there with the energy. And you know, I was trying to hype him up big time, man. And so now, because these records you can't take away. You're gonna hear me a year ago. In 100 years, you could probably still find a YouTube of Major Key Boxing saying, "Yo, Verdejo's the next thing." Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to denounce that right now. You know what I mean? Like I don't fuck with shit like that, bro. That's a whole different.
Look, at the end of the day, nobody could have seen that coming, right?
Yeah, man.
At the end of the day, nobody could have seen it coming. What we got to do now, and this is go straight to all of them people that's making excuses for Verdejo. Look, let me not even say something. G Funky, go ahead. Because I'm not going to say nothing.
Hey, Ranger, I was going to...
Hold on, G Funky was wait. And then after G, I'll take you. After G, I'll take you.
Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge somebody in the chat. And this, this happens quite often when you bring up the double standards of some of these channels and how they use race to make money and race bait to draw people's emotions, to draw attention to their channel, right? And I had mentioned how people were saying things on Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. And somebody in the chat, I believe his name is Knockout Boxing or something like that. I can't remember his name, but
yeah,
believe me, bro.
Boxing 86 TV or something.
Believe me, bro. If you're still there, do yourself a favor and subscribe to my channel, because I will be dropping a video with all the receipts from what these disgusting individuals have been saying. And believe me, they all follow these channels. They all follow these channels. That's where they get this rhetoric from. All right. So believe me, bro, I got the receipts.
Please do. Please do. Now, Edwin Valero killed his wife and his daughter, slitting their throat. Now, this is a personal. My wife and I were talking about this earlier. How, you can shoot somebody, but there's a disconnection there, right? You just squeeze a trigger and it's done. Boom, done. But when you're cutting somebody's throat, that is a personal thing. That's a personal connection, and there is a process behind it, right? Valero did this to his wife, and he killed his daughter, I believe, or his son. I think it was a daughter.
No, just his wife. Just his wife.
Oh, was it just his wife? Okay. When you're doing that, I don't give a damn if you're telling me that it's whatever. It's a person. You are actually doing it, right? I don't think that in this case, Valero can use. I mean, Verdejo can use any of the excuses, like Tony Boswell was saying earlier. I hope he doesn't use boxing as an excuse, because that is a valid comment, because some people might say, well, me being in boxing since I was a kid, never really had a life, and just know how to hurt people, got influence. I don't see any of that saving him on a trial. Listen, my guys, when it's a female when it involves a female that's pregnant, this cases get real serious, because you killed the female, but you also killed what was inside of her. And what was inside of her was more than a fetus. It was something that was alive. You interrupted a life. Why do I know that it was alive if I'm not a gynecologist? Nor am I a human biologist. Because in order for something to develop itself and grow, it needs to be alive. In order for something to have a digestion and eat, it needs to be alive. He also killed that. He also interrupted that life. That's why it's a federal offense. Verdejo, I don't see Verdejo coming out of this. Only conclusion I'm getting here, don't be surprised 2, 3, maybe 4 years down the road. This cases take a long time. Don't be surprised if the final verdict is death by lethal injection, firing squad, or electric chair. I don't know how they practice it at a federal level in Puerto Rico. Do not be surprised.
Hey, Renzo, I wanted to talk about Puerto Rico for a minute. I wanted to talk about Puerto Rico in a minute. That it's 75% murders, right? But then it's less 5%. It's like less 5% is unsolved. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So there's a lot of murders out there in the island, but it's only few. You know what I mean? That has been caught. You know what I'm saying, bro? So I don't know if there's a lot of corruption in Puerto Rico with the government. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The whole island is a problem, to be honest with you, brother. There's so many killings going on the island. I don't know what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? It's been like this for years anyway. But I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a sad day, you know.
You got that?
I really know. It's really sad, bro. You know, I don't really know what to say about that. You know.
We can't hear you, brother. We can't hear
Oh,
you.
you can't hear me? You can't hear me?
Now we can. Now we can.
No, what I was saying. You heard what I said, right?
No, we didn't hear anything you said.
No, what I was saying that the murders are 75%, right? And then it's less 5% that is starved. You know.
Yeah.
And what I was trying to say is there's too many murders out there in the island, which is sad. You know what I mean? There's a big problem that's going on in the island. Too many killings. So I don't. And
Correct.
there's a lot of corruption also there. So all these drug lords, they going to war with each other and shit. You know. So I don't know, man. This something gotta be. You know. Somebody gotta
Yeah.
step up. You know what I'm saying?
Here's a question.
Yeah, it's getting ugly.
Here's a
another
question
thing
from
too.
Jonathan.
And another thing
If you
too.
guys see the comments, I have a question for you, gentlemen. Do you think killing is something we all do, whether it's subconsciously, physically doing so, etc., etc.? What takes a man to kill another man?
I think, well, man versus man is a whole different thing, because the reason that the ratio of women to men is 8-1 is because we're the ones that went to war until recently. In the whole human history, it's men going to war against other men. And then the spoils of victory are to the men, right? And now what I would say is that, yes, we have predatory minds, right? But we're civilized. We're supposed to be, at least. You know what I'm saying? And some people are still struggling through that because it seems like their lineage was based on savages. They don't understand how to be a smarter player in the game. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. It's like losers, raising losers. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it like that, but it's the facts. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's the truth.
Like,
that's the truth.
It's just like it's like the leaders don't do that, but you got some fools that do that. You know what I mean? And what can I say, man? I'm a little pissed off, like I said, about the subject. I mean, I could break down anything like I just did real quick, but then I keep thinking about the fact that we're talking about this young woman, and I heard some people say, oh, we gotta assume innocence until proven guilty, and I'm all about that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. There was because it's our Puerto Rican brother, and at the end of the day, bro, the Puerto Rican brothers are supposed to be protecting the Puerto Rican sisters, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so if it comes down to it, I'm gonna choose the Puerto Rican sister every single time. Just I would take, like, if I was white, I would choose the white sister. If I was black, I would choose the black sister. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It's the man needs to protect the woman. We're protectors.
Correct.
That's it, bro.
Yep.
I think the major or the most important part in his question was, when does it become justified? When is it right? When is it wrong? And in my personal opinion, I can tell you, this is just talking. I haven't been through the experience. Hope I never have to go through the experience. If I was to find a man beating my mother, my wife, or my daughter, I cannot psychologically even picture a break for what I'm going to do. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't see what I cannot tell you. Hold on. I cannot tell you that I'll be like, yeah, I'll go over there and I'll beat him up. I'll break his jaw. Then I'll kick him in the nuts. And then I'll do this, and that. No, I can't tell you that because I just don't see a break point. I believe that I would just simply go on until, because there is that one part, that one psychological defensive part in our head that you're willing to kill to protect your own child. I don't think that part will allow you to just come to a stop. I thank God, and this is another story. My wife is here in front of me. I thank God about, ¿cuándo fue que pasó lo de mi abuelo? Probably 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, I came this close from shooting a 16 or 17-year-old kid in the head. This close. Because he was going to stab my grandpa. But I didn't, thank God. I didn't, thank God. I hooked him behind the neck, and I took the gun, and I hit him with the barrel here, and I told him, go ahead, poke him. Poke me. And I thank God I didn't shoot him. But that same break that I had there, I don't think I could have if he was involving my daughter, my wife, my mother. If I seen a man putting his hands on my daughter, what would you guys do?
Yeah, it's very hard.
There's gonna be a serious consequence. I tell you that.
Yo, can you hear me?
Let me see this.
Yeah, I could hear you.
Yeah, no, listen, you ask any man. You ask any motherfucking man if their daughter is gonna get kidnapped or their son's gonna get killed or there's a man who's fucking doing something to their kids. No man can stay away from that, bro. I'd rather go in jail for the rest of my life if I'm gonna save my fucking kid, bro.
You cutting off, brother.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me?
Now I can.
Yeah, I said it's a very, very tough question. You ask any man if their kid's going to get taken away or kidnapped, and they're not going to go and do something to that guy, or they're going to maybe put him to sleep. You ask any man if they're going to save their child. They'll take a bullet for their child any day, any fucking day. And if I had a choice, and I had to save my children, and I know that somebody was going to abduct my kids, or you know, they're going to harm my children, I'm ready to go jail for the rest of my life if my children are going to be safe. That's just the way it is, bro. I'm going to answer you as a father. If anyone's going to harm my kids, I'd rather you harm me and take me out. You understand?
I got to say, I feel the passion for Rap Star, bro. I'm the same type of way, man. Yeah. I'm a very humble guy, man. I'm a very humble guy, bro. And I try to teach people, you know what I'm saying? That's all I try to do is I try to, like, elevate people to a different level. But at the same time, like if you cross me, then shit, I'm from the streets too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you just gave me a reason to start thinking a different way about you. You know what I'm saying? And when you start making me think that way, man, I never lost it. I never lost a step when it comes to that. You know, I try to keep it humble, like I said, though. But, yo, I got to chime off, man. Respect to the panel because I got my major key coming on 9:30. I'm interviewing Damon Nicholson. He's the one that fought Edgar Berlanga like a week ago. You know what I'm saying? So, so I'm about to interview him at 9:30. So, PCR, bro, I got to set everything up, all right?
Do your thing, man. Good luck on the show.
Right on,
everybody go check him out, man.
I'll be watching, bro.
We'll be there, Glenn. We'll be there.
I appreciate you for having me on RawBoxing. Anytime,
brother. Anytime. Now, to get you guys caught up, all of those that are just now coming in, I'm hoping. I just sent an email to the FBI agent in charge of this case. I was actually on the phone with them earlier during the live stream. So if you guys want to, go back in the live stream, so you guys can contextualize everything we're talking about here, go ahead and do so. If by any miracle I'm able to lock this guy on an interview via live stream, then what I'm going to do is, if with his consent, of course, after he shares with us whatever it is that he can share with us in regards to this case, then what I'll probably do, again, with his consent, is drop the link and allow you guys to come in one by one and ask the man any question, any what ifs in regards to this case, such as if he uses the passionate crime excuse, can he get out of the death penalty? All of those important questions. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an FBI agent, and I think they do deserve an answer. And but what better way to have the guy in charge of this case answer that to you guys? I'm really hoping, like I said, that we land the man, and the fact that he sent his email, his personal email, it's a good sign to begin with. So we'll see. Guido, you wanted to say something?
I was gonna say if I was to ask the agent, I would like to know what happened to the woman.
You're cutting off, man. Your internet is horrible.
Oh man,
no, we can't even. Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
That's probably why your phone is not. Your phone's not strong enough to process the everything it takes for live streams. That's why sometimes when I'm on the road, now I can.
Wow, I never had this problem, man. That's weird. Hello, y'all hear me? Anyway, I'm gonna turn back.
All right.
Hey, RawBoxing, can you hear me though, bro?
I can hear you. Sometimes you kind of skip as well, but I can hear you right now.
Yeah. Before I leave, thanks for the opportunity. We're supporting you here from England. You hear me, right? Yeah, we're supporting you here from London. I want to take this opportunity that you never touched on this. If any woman, any sister, any mother, any daughter going through any abused relationship, or they're scared for their life, you need to stand up and use this opportunity, right? And we gotta speak as a proper platform for all our sisters. If you're suffering anything, you can reach out to any one of us. We will be there for you. And if we have to speak for you, we have to give you any guidance. You know, Raw Boxing, we need to use this opportunity to let the women know that they're not on their own if they're going through any abusive relationships as well.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and for sure. Actually, ladies, if you hear that, take it as a literacy. If you do come to any of us with any of that, we'll be happy to even contact the authorities with you and try to help you through whatever it is that you're going through. If also guys, if you go back to D-Style, look for an interview he had with Christy Martin, who's also a victim of domestic violence, right? She has a charity and an organization that takes care of people like that. Just make sure that you look for that. And there's all kinds of help around you. I feel sometimes, and this is just me speaking foreign in a way to this situation. I feel that sometimes there's a lot of fear when it comes to sharing whatever it is that you might be going through. And it is kind of tough. It is kind of tough to even trust the people around you. You know, when you share it with them, are they going to go and run to the man and say, you know, she's saying this? I get that. Trust me. But there's always people. You got to fill yourself with valor. Walk into a police station. Tell them you don't even want to go to the house. Now, the unfortunate part is, guys, and I do got to add this because it would be unfair for us to not add this. The unfortunate part is sometimes police just don't give a damn. Domestic violence cases just aren't as they're not taken as serious as they should be. Rape cases are not taken as serious as they should be. We shouldn't have a man that rapes a woman walking free a year after being locked up. He goes right back and does the exact same thing, maybe not to the same person, but to another woman. Or he might just come back to the victim's house and kill her. Unfortunately, we see this way too often. Way too often. It shouldn't happen, man. And I don't think there should be, and this is just me blowing smoke, but I don't think there should be any battery assault case or charge brought up on a man who decides to get up and hunt a man who was beating a woman, even if he doesn't catch him in the act, but just hunt him. And once he does finds him, put the living beating on him. I don't think there should be any of that because all that does is protect the person. See you, Andres. Thank you for being here, my friend. Always a pleasure to have you around. I don't think so.
To you guys, man. You guys keep cooking. Hey, I'm gonna go.
Everybody go and subscribe to Rap Star and UK47, man. Thank you for being here today, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I'm glad you're speaking for all the women out there, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now, and then we'll take G Funky, hear what he's got to say, and I'll probably start chiming out on this subject. And guys, like I said, I wanted to do my live stream today. In regards to this past weekend, what I might do is just go live tomorrow for a little bit because I am invited to D-Styles tomorrow. So, but go ahead.
And Ranger, I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of the main problems that they have in Puerto Rico. It's like the cops, they're not doing enough at all. The cops in Puerto Rico are weak. You know what I mean? Yeah. The system is extremely weak. The criminals are they're having a walk in the park. You know what I mean? They're having an outcome party, those criminals over there. They are just killing each other like nothing. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, there's so many killers on the island, bro. And the cops are weak. So what do you think is going to happen, bro? What you think is going to happen? It's going to get even worse, you know? People want to control land. They all fighting for turf, you know? Who controls these projects, which is the caserío.
Yeah,
you know? That's what they call it. So what you think is going to happen? They see easy money. Everybody want to be a gangbanging over there, you know what I mean? Which is sad, you know? That's what's going on with the youth over there too. And man, it's unfortunately these police are weak over there, man. They even scared to go to the neighborhood. You know what I mean? So, and it was, La Pela, the police wouldn't dare to go over there. If you know what's La Pela, this is like one of the worst neighborhood in Puerto Rico. And the cops won't even dare to go there. So, I don't know, man. There's a whole totally different world over there, than the United States, You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. This is just sad, bro,
Yep. It's
it
like that.
Seems so surreal, It seems so surreal to me. Go ahead, G Funky. I'm sorry, my man.
Yeah, no, just say it's like that in a lot of Latin American countries, unfortunately.
Latin American countries are like that. Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to take, man, to turn it around. But the way I look at it is like this, man. If I can change one or two people, man, that's good enough for me. I try to live my life now to be an example to these younger men in my old neighborhood and stuff like that. Try to show them the right way, how to do things, how to be a man. This is not acting like a man, what Verdejo did at all. This is a coward's way out, an easy way out. And, we spoke a little bit about possibly death penalty. We don't know the laws and how they handle things like that over there in Puerto Rico. But my thing is this, man. If that's the punishment, then it is what it is. I'm the type of guy, when it comes to something like this, I'd rather have a dude suffer. I'd rather have him sit and rot in his cell, make him sit in his cell 23 hours a day, give him 1 hour break all for the rest of his life. Let him sit there, think about this disgusting act that he did that cost him his freedom for the rest of his life. To me, death is an easy way out at this point for him. It's an easy way out. To me, he gets off easy that way. Make him suffer. Because that family is going to be suffering the rest of their life too, because they're not going to be able to see their daughter, their sister, their cousin, their friend,
and their first grandchild. Also, their first grandchild potentially.
Yes.
But damn, man.
Yep, that's the way I feel about it, man. And like I said, I'm not going to let these guys off the hook, man. They've created such toxic energy in this YouTube boxing community. And look what it's done. The first thing they do when there's an act like this, they go to race baiting, man, and it's sick. It's absolutely sick, man. And that video will be dropping maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm gonna head out, man. I gotta go head to the store, grab some things. I want to jump on with you, Raw, because you was talking about it. I want to get some things off my chest, and I thank you for having me on. Shout out to everybody that was here, Major Key, Rap Star, Guido. We'll see you later this week, Raw.
For sure, brother. Sure.
All day, man. All day. Everybody go check G Funky Boxing out, man, and subscribe to his channel. You're gonna enjoy the content of his channel, man. Thank you for being here, man. And I'm sorry I didn't see your text earlier this week, man, or last week.
I know you're busy, man. So you know what I'm saying. I understand, brother. It's all good, man. But glad to see you back on, man.
All right, my man.
We'll see you. We'll see you this week, brother. Peace.
All right, man. Be good. Be good, ladies and gentlemen. Speechless. I don't know what to tell you guys other than everything we've already spoken about. I want to thank everybody that actually came in tonight, watched the live stream. If you're not subscribed to me and you have enjoyed the content, I would ask that you please subscribe to me, activate the notification bell and select all. Also, hit the thumbs up, grab the link to this video and drop it in your social media platforms, whether it's Twitter or Facebook. If I do land this FBI agent in charge of the interview, in charge of the case of Verdejo, I will try to have him as an interview with him via live stream. And if he allows it, after he's done sharing with us whatever it is that he can publicly share with us, then I will allow you guys to come in to the live stream and ask yourselves the questions that you want to ask him in regards to this case, all of the what ifs that you might have in your mind. So as of now, the only thing I can say, RawBoxingTV, Guido, thank you for being here tonight, my man.
No problem, brother. You know me, brother. You know. I'm disgusting también. You're. I can't. I still can't. Every time I think about it, I just can't believe it, bro. I just don't know. I have no words for this shit. You know.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, man.
Jonathan, I can drop the link right now, and you can come in, man. You can come in for 10, 15 minutes. Just type yes or no, so I can close the link. But I didn't know you wanted to speak with us. But just know that right now there's the chance. There's the link. You can come on in for 10, 15 minutes, and then I can close, finish the live stream. So just let me know while I'm doing all of my farewells for tonight. Very sad situation, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's not going to be the last one, unfortunately. We probably hear about these cases at a famous level, at a normal level, at a blue collar level, at any kind of level of humanity. I don't even know how to finish this life, to be honest with you. Other than, hey, see you guys next time. RawBoxingTV. You got to say something, Guido?
Man, I can't say nothing, bro. Be honest with you. You're throwing. I'm really hurt right now. I can't even. Yeah, you can end it, bro.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like Jonathan. Let's see. We definitely have to set up the interview. I'm actually driving. Oh, okay. Yeah. We don't want that. We don't want that. If you're driving, just don't. Just know anytime I'm live, feel free to jump in and I'll let you in, man. Ladies and gentlemen, RawBoxingTV. Till next time. Thank you
for having me, brother. I just want to let you know. I appreciate for everything you have done. Calling the FBI, that really means a lot, I
all
really
day,
appreciate
man.
you, bro. Just want to let
All
you know
day.
about that, bro.
All day.
Bendiga, mi hermano.
Igualmente. RawBoxingTV. We out.